Settled next to the Willamette River, Austin Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off the bye week, the USC Trojans. Facing off with another team from the Pac-12, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Ducks will kick it away first. That is not the way you want to start with the kickoff going out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
The field's about 53 yards wide. You got to kick it between those sidelines or else you draw the flag. The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking for a crease. It's Hayden. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one.
Mm-hmm.
All off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. All by himself down the middle. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him.
Come on, defense.
Touchdown, USC.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Oregon's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the move. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Here's the snap, looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Well, you get the completion, and now it's decision time for the head coach, right? This is a massive one, too. 4th and short on your own end of the field. What do you do?
This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Come on,
It's a
bro.
great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and they can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
Looking to throw, it's Washington. Quick completion on the out. Great move there. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And the Trojans will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to bring this one out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling.
He lets one fly deep. And that pass intercepted.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. He'll do it himself. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Now on 2nd down. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They move the chains on the ground. Now another 1st down. Dropping back, it's Washington. He's got the back in the middle. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Pressure coming. Just a short pass to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Well, they pick up
What
the
are
first
y'all
against
doing,
zone coverage.
bitch?
The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety?
And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Throws to the tight end. Ball in the air. Intercepted. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45.
Bro.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And he slides after picking up the 1st down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Looking down the middle. It's caught. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Nice move to keep running. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great sailor. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Leaves it with the back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. The defense is backed up as the offense is in the red zone. The give from the gun. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through.
Touchdown, Trojans! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
They're trying to get to it. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, wants to throw it. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
And here comes the offense on second down. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to pass. It's Washington. Gets it out quickly. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. The Trojans have pushed it inside the 20. They'll throw it on first down. Dances away to buy time. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's brought down, and his defense gets the ball back for its own.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job of his decision-making.
He'll start this drive firing. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
Looking to throw on second down. Makes the catch down the right side. Oh, look out. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ducks. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UTSA is down right now inside the Alamo Dome, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in San Antonio. They're trailing by 10 to Florida Atlantic. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. To the air, it's Washington. It's complete on the right side. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Little touch pass to the receiver. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Leaves it with the running back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line will have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. The Trojans line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the
Good throw.
Speeding down the left side.
What a dive.
Oregon. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Perfect.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. If only... Easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working.
Let's go.
He is finding wide open defenders all over
Let's
the field.
fucking
He's
go.
an interception of the day. Touchdown Ducks! How about that D coming up with a play like that? This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go jump on that puck and secure it, get you a touchdown.
And the extra point is good. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
To the air, it's Washington. Quickly complete. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that first down. This is still the first half, guys. What is this guy capable of doing in the rest of the game? We're going to find out.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And I'll tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. He'll just keep slinging it. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And as quarterbacks, you've got to be aware of secondary pressure. You've got to know when these free safeties, they start creeping towards the line of scrimmage, that they might get involved. You've got to have an answer for it, and the QB didn't have one that time.
And the Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take it down.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
He wants to throw here on second down. He's going for it all. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. They'll give it to the back.
Come on,
Maybe a
76.
3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40.
But this is a quarterback.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Ducks will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Scanning the field, it's Washington. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. He's going to pass on second down. Time to take a shot. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
Bullshit.
Catch inside the 20. Touchdown Trojans. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. try to put points on the board right before the half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He'll take the deep shot. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
A huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Eugene as we say hello from our broadcast studios. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working. And I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in Autzen Stadium.
The Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
To the ground. He's got it again. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Looking to the big tight end. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Cut the bullshit.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just
So
has
we
to
keep
put
turning the
a
shit
couple
over.
drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stop follow and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
He's got it. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll...
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that,
had to verify.
As an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. That's incomplete. Tried to set up the screen, and he dropped the pass.
And the offense tries to slip in the screen. That's a good play on 3rd and short. If you can get them aggressive and the defense aggressive, but the defense sniffed it out, shut that play down before it even started.
And it's right down the boulevard. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Charlotte is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 4 over Oklahoma State. Just another.
That's how that shit look. They put up 21 in the first. I think I threw 3 or 4 back-to-back picks. Then second quarter, I came. Oh, shit. Second quarter, I came 21, and then they scored that 7 right before half between 2 niggas somehow. Nigga came down with the ball and scored. We need to stop, though.
Football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Quarterback adapted. He'll pull it down and run. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Nice sack by the defense. Great job getting to him, getting him on the ground. That's the 4th sack of the day. This defense have had some bright moments, but they've also given up some big plays. Keep rushing the quarterback, but keep that coverage intact in the back end.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is...
Bro, they would not let me audible the inside receiver for shit on that.
Progressions, we see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He'll try to take it back. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, USC. A play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, to offense, go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from... yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking deep. And that ball is hauled in inside. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always will be. That's what the Ducks hang their...
He's got it on the right. Into the house. Touchdown, Oregon.
He's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead.
Hey, man, as far as I'm concerned, my guys are trying to do their job.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Just about set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here.
Tired as a motherfucker.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Makes the catch. It's Presley. Now they've got a little room to work with.
Y'all gotta stop giving him these fucking extra joints, bro. Like, God.
You're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right.
Off he goes, inside the 10, and he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And with that latest touchdown, he's looking to etch his name alongside the Trojan Immortals at quarterback.
And there's so many stars that have played quarterback at USC that when they get the ball and they do their damage, guess what? They win big.
I know, Boogie, man. It's rough, Boogie. It's rough, Boogie. It's rough, Boogie Monster. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong, man. I don't like it either.
Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Come on, bro.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough.
Hell no. We ain't on that.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers.
They ain't did shit to work for sub package.
Exactly what this offense is doing.
Complete to the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on
It's definitely not Oregon
Well, the
football.
good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way.
He's taking the shot. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Got room on the return. Oh, he left him grabbing. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. Oh, man, thought he had the interception, but the official rules gained too much of an advantage, so wave off the turnover, give up the yardage, it'll be first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking left. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He turns that loose down the right side. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. 1 touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
The aerial assault continues. He'll take another shot here. And he's got it! Touchdown, Ducks!
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Now on the move. And the defense drags him down.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the
Oh,
clock.
wow.
He stopped at the 32, picks up
I went in
10
there
on the
and they
play,
just
gets the
let me
first
stop.
down.
You got to be impressed by how you've
Come
seen
on,
this
bro.
offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the 4th quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run.
Oh,
They're
wow.
not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you would love to see that.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The give to the lone running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Trojans! And the beatdown has ensued. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Bro, this
Right
is
back
crazy.
to your game after we update the nation on this one. Louisiana Tech was able to cap off a close one in Ruston with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big...
Going deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. 2nd down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's not afraid to go deep.
Come on.
He intercepts it. Got some room to run. And and they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great...
Go watch TV with your lady ass or something.
This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite...
I don't know. That's still up for discussion.